Hello, my name is Dr. James Johnson with Jordco Incorporated. I'd like to share with you a specially prepared video that will demonstrate how to use our Pure Buff polishing system. During this short presentation, we'll not only show you how to use this device properly, we'll give you many valuable tips that help you use it more safely and effectively. Part of this video will also be devoted to help you with the care and use of this device, including cleaning and processing instructions. Jordco's Pure Buff polishing system consists of three components: the polishing wheel, the dual-ended mandrel, and a special retainer O-ring. To assemble the Pure Buff, press the foam wheel onto the mandrel until the three spines engage into the foam with an accompanying snap. To keep the wheel on the mandrel, place the O-ring onto the male end of the mandrel, seating it firmly against the foam wheel. The mandrel is dual-ended, which allows it to be placed onto either side of an office lathe. The male end of the mandrel is designed to be used with a quick chuck system. This lathe is equipped with a Wells quick chuck. The Pure Buff system will work also with a handler chuck changing system. Simply insert the male end of the mandrel into the quick chuck. If you do not use a quick chuck system, the female end of the mandrel can be placed on the free axle of the lathe. Simply tap the mandrel onto the free axle until it is firmly seated. To begin with, line a tray pan with foil. Add some fine pumice to the foil-lined tray. Load the Pure Buff onto the quick chuck of the lathe and turn on the lathe. Remember to always use eye protection and a safety shield during polishing procedures. Start by adding a little water to the pumice in the tray, making a thick slurry of pumice. Do not use any polishing compounds with the Pure Buff system. Introduce the thick pumice slurry onto the denture and hold it against the spinning wheel with firm pressure. The thick slurry will remove deep scratches produced by burrs during the adjustment. Once the deep scratches are removed, thin the slurry out by adding more water. Put the slurry into the denture and use light pressure to remove the remaining scratches and bring the finish up to a glassy sheen. We recommend that you and or your assistant practice this technique using an old denture or partial that you may have at your office. When polishing partials, a Pure Buff wheel will not grab onto the clasps like a rag wheel can. With some appliances, such as a lower denture, you'll have to narrow the area to contend with. We recommend that you use a plaster spatula and with a gentle pressure apply the blade to the spinning wheel. The blade will split the wheel into two parts, which will allow easy access to the confined areas on a denture or other acrylic appliances. The split wheel will allow you to polish inside the tight or confined areas in a lower denture. Once you are finished with polishing an appliance, you'll need to disassemble the Pure Buff. Disengage the mandrel from the lathe, remove the O-ring and set it aside. Remove the wheel from the mandrel. Set the mandrel aside. The mandrel O-ring can be steam autoclaved and reused for future polishing. Then place the wheel into the foil-lined tray and fold up the foil containing the slurry of pumice and the used wheel. Discard the foil and contaminants in the proper waste container after you wrap them up in the foil tray liner. Thank you for taking the time to view this information. I'd like to invite you to download a printable companion use guide found on our website. Our website is located at www.jordco.com.